Hello, 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 and welcome, welcome, welcome. This is the day that the Lord has made. We shall rejoice and be glad in it. I wanted to get on here because I just wanted to bring some encouragement to others. Yesterday was my birthday, and I do appreciate all of the birthday wishes that were sent out, especially the nice note that my husband left for me. But I must admit that even though yesterday was my birthday, I did not feel like celebrating. It was not a day. It was not a good day. I woke up feeling sad, and I actually woke up crying because I just felt like, though this was the day that my life began so many years ago, it was also a day that reminded me of things that I no longer have, such as my daughter, my firstborn. Um, she's not here with me, and she wasn't here with me on yesterday to be able to celebrate my birthday, and that made me very sad. And I don't know if it's because of the fundraiser that I'm doing for families that are also dealing with a pediatric brain tumor diagnosis, or perhaps the piano recital that my kids did on Thursday that we were preparing for, which it was the first for my youngest, which was also a reminder of why my youngest is even here. Because my husband and I, we set out to only have two kids. That was, well, truth be told, I wanted six, with two of them being a set of twins. But that wasn't in the cards for me. So we settled with two kids and a dog. And but then Jayla transitioned to heaven. And so even with that, we weren't, even though we are not a one child family, and we did not want to be a one child family, we still then set out to have another child so that we could have two kids on earth with us while having three total. But my son, he wanted another sibling because Jayla was up in heaven, and therefore, being the mama bear that I am, even given with all the stuff that I've, gone through, having to be on bed rest starting at 14 weeks, then 18 weeks, and then going into the hospital at 23 weeks, having my firstborn be born at 27 weeks, with her being in the NICU for 56 days, and then having a son born with multiple food allergies, finding out at 2 months of age, severe multiple food allergies, and environmental allergies. Even with all of that stuff, I still said okay to having another, trying to have another child. And so that's how my third came here. And so having a piano recital, it was just a lot. And so when I woke up yesterday morning on my birthday, I was just full of tears. And though my kids and my husband, they did things throughout the day to surprise me and make me happy and to show me how much they love me and care for me, it was still a sad day. And sometimes that happens. It happens to the best of us. I consider myself to be a very optimistic person, a person who can think, a person who believes I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. But even we get weak. Even we need somebody to lift us up and carry us. And so I'm very grateful and thankful that God, even no matter what it is you're going through, God shows you and lets you know that he is always there. He's listening. He's holding you. He's holding your hands. He's carrying you when you can't walk. And he's doing that through people that he placed in your life. And so on yesterday, various people at various times reached out to me and encouraged me the only way God knew that I needed to be encouraged. And so I just want to encourage others that, we're all going through something. It can be something major, as dealing with grief, the loss of a child, the loss of a parent, the loss of a grandparent, or it could be something as simple as, I don't know, whatever you feel as simple. I don't minimize anybody's trials and tribulations, because until you walk in someone else's shoes, you don't know how small or how big it is. And so for me, today is a new day, and it's amazing how, just as down as I felt on yesterday, I feel the complete 180-degree opposite, and I feel alive, and though my daughter, my oldest, is not here to run up to me and say, happy birthday, mommy, I love you, I miss you, and I can feel her and touch her and, see her smiling face and just kiss her all over her face. I know that she walks with me, and I know that she is here with me. And so I have a lot to be thankful for and a lot to be grateful for. I have a husband who, given our trials and tribulations, and a lot of you may or may not know, but when you go through the loss of a child, that can tear up a marriage. That can cause another death, which is a death in a marriage. And we have fought very hard to keep our marriage alive, and I'm thankful that I have him. I'm thankful that I have my daughter, our third child, who, again, we did not set out to have, who has been a blessing and a reminder, as my brother, told me, of a reminder of who I am. And I say that laughingly because one of my cousins nicknamed her Hurricane. And you know how in the beginning, I'm like, how you gonna call my child Hurricane? And I thought about it like, wow, that name is very befitting. Hurricane. Yes, she is. And so I'm thankful that we have her. I'm thankful for my son, because if it wasn't for my son, I would not be here. Truth be told, I wouldn't. Because when Jayla transitioned, I wanted to run far, far away. To being on another planet was even too close. So he kept me breathing. He kept me fighting. He kept the hope alive in me, because I knew that I had to keep pushing for him, because he had already suffered a lot at the age of 5. And though I lost a daughter, I couldn't relate to him as far as losing a sibling. But I knew that with the relationship that they had, it was close. And now I can relate to him, because in last year, March, my brother transitioned unexpectedly, without just gone, here today, gone tomorrow. Like, really? Where does that happen at? Besides the movies, how they have those movies where the rapture, where the clothes are just left. I could have sworn we had a rapture with my brother, because I'm like, what in the world? But anyway, but I have a lot to be thankful for, because even with them, even with my brother not being here, even with my daughter not being here physically, I know that they are here with me spiritually. And my daughter, she came to visit me, I think about 4 nights ago. And it was funny because I didn't quite realize in the dream, she kept coming up to me and hugging me and just embracing me, and all that. And I was like, okay, And I think it was the last time she did it is when I really got it, like, oh, this isn't my typical dream. This is you. You're here, giving me what I need, giving me what I want. And so we have to keep our eyes open and not be so caught up in the day-to-day hustle or in the worries of today, to not miss when God speaks to us, to not miss when grandmama comes back and say, baby, I got you, I'm here. To not miss when mama comes back and says, I've never left you, I've been right here with you this entire time. To come back when daddy says, you're still my number one, I'm still your biggest cheerleader, I'm still in your corner. We have to be open to those moments because they do exist. God is real. Jesus does live. And because he does, so do all of our loved ones who have transitioned on. And it was funny when I was preparing for my kids' recital on Thursday. My classmates from Frederick Douglass High School, 1994, Big D, Astros, don't hate, just congratulate. Ha ha, just play. But anyway, they posted, of course we got all graduates, a lot of people graduating from high school or whatnot, so some of them posted some of our pictures, and it caused a dialogue of memories and conversations, to go back and forth, and we were laughing and all of that, and I needed that kept me alive on that day, to be able to show up for to be able to show up for Skaya's and Dale's piano recital that evening, because it's hard. I don't know if you ever thought about what it means for a parent who has lost a child, or that child no longer lives here on earth but lives all around in the spirit with us, how hard it is for them to see the lives of others continuing. And if by some chance you have other children, how hard it is to just show up for your children that are still here and need you. It's hard, because constantly in your mind, it's like a ticker tape. You know how on CNN at the bottom, CNN on the screen, they talking about one thing, but at the bottom, it's like stories that are being talked about, stories that are going on. And so it's a constant ticker tape for parents who have lost a child, that child is not here. You will not be able to see that child graduate. You would not be able to see that child reach the next birthday. You would not be able to see that child get married. You would not be able to have grandchildren for that child. It's just a constant dialogue of what you don't have. And we have to be intentional as parents who are in that club. As parents, we have to be intentional about sometimes quieting that ticker tape, because it can take over our lives and it can suffocate us. And so, and just like we have that ticker tape going on, whatever you have going on in your life, you have your own ticker tape. It may be, I don't think I'm good enough for this job, or I don't think I'm good enough for this man or this woman, I don't think I'm good enough to be a mother, I don't think I'm good enough to be a father, I'm not doing good as a husband, I'm not, whatever your ticker tape is, you have to find a way to quiet it, because it will diminish your light. And God has put you on this earth to shine. Regardless of what it is you've been through, regardless of what it is you're going through, you have a purpose. Even on your bad days, your purpose is still needed and wanted. And so that's why I wanted to get on here, because, a lot of people see me, and I'm a Gemini, and as Geminis, we rock. I'm just saying, that's what it is. But, we get down, and with me, I'm always on, I'm the person with the high energy and all this and that, but I bleed just like everybody else. I hurt just like everybody else. I need and want just like everybody else. And so when you have people like that in your life who are, you look at them and you like, oh, they're strong, they're this, they're that. But understand, they're just like you. And sometimes they need lifting up. Sometimes they need picking up. Sometimes they need a reminder that what it is they're doing matters. And so people told me that yesterday, because what I did not suffer alone. I shared with those. When God told me to speak, I spoke, and I let them know that I was hurting. And God in turn gave me a word that I could not only feel, because God speaks to us in different ways. So he had been speaking to me all day, but he was like, okay, this ain't working clearly. I need another way to get through to this one right here. So he told me to speak, and I spoke. And when I spoke, I also listened to what it is was being said to me, be it written or being verbally spoken. And I appreciate those people for being obedient to the voice of God. Maybe they didn't know, maybe they did, but they acted, and I needed them to act. And so I encourage you, whenever God speaks to you, or whenever you feel something inside of you to say, hey, I need to call such and such, hey, I need to check on such and such, hey, I need to type something, hey, I need to send something. Whenever that thought comes into your mind, definitely reach out to that person, because you don't know what that person may be going through at that particular time, what that person may be needing at that particular time. The devil is real. Evilness exists. We have seen it so many. What in the world? You see, I'm telling you, they're coming. They're trying to attack me. They don't want me telling you what I'm trying to say. But I rebuke it. All y'all little critters crawling around me, I rebuke it. But evil is real. It exists. We continue to experience it by people taking their own lives, from little kids to grown folk, teachers. And we have to be more prevalent, and we have to make our fight known, that we are here, and we are here to stay, and we are here to fight, and we are here to stand up for what is right and what is just. And so when you feel the need, or when someone comes up in your heart, in your mind, in your soul, in your spirit, reach out to that person, because you never know, you may just be saving their life. And when you are going through what you are going through, where you're in your own battle and you're in your own fight, don't be afraid to also reach out and let somebody know. It's like yesterday, I said, people call, text me, tell me happy birthday. I'm like, thank you, but I don't feel happy. I feel sad. I've been crying. And it's okay to show that side. It's okay to let them know, because people cannot help you if they don't know that you are hurting. And so I am very blessed. Very, very blessed. Because God has surrounded me with a village that is like none other. And they continue to show up day in and day out. Day in and day out. And that's why I'm such an advocate for other people. Because everybody, we're all blessed in different ways. But everybody is not blessed to have a village such as the village you may have, or such as the village I may have. So it's up to us to share our village with others. And so I just want to encourage you all that no matter what it is you're going through, that tomorrow is coming. And just like for me, yesterday was not a good day, but look at today. The sun is shining bright. I woke up, I had a smile on my face. I went to my husband, I said, I feel better. And he looked. And I was like, really? I feel better. And so he was like, I am so glad, And of course he knows my pain, because we're walking the same walk. But he's male and I'm female, and we all hurt differently. We grieve differently. And so I just want to encourage you that a new day is coming. If it's not today for you, it will definitely be tomorrow. And if it's not tomorrow, just continue to believe and know that it is coming. Your new day is coming. Joy is coming. Hope is still alive. And though you may hurt, and though you may be in pain today, even through that hope, even through that pain, and even through that hurt, hope is still alive. Hope is still present. And be in the moment. Be in your grief. Be in whatever moment it is. Be in it, but don't stay in it. Because it's all a process to get us to where we are meant to be. I'm still here on this earth. I was blessed to see my 44th year on yesterday. I was my parents' last child out of 4. Okay? Only 2 of the 4 survived, my brother and myself. In 2013, I almost died. Didn't know what in the world, where did that come from? Like, had a hematoma. I ended up having an appendectomy that just came out of nowhere. I'm up here trying to find out information about my son with his food allergies and all this and that, and here it is, I'm being attacked. And then general procedure, as they say, but we know everything ain't nothing standard in general. But end up having a hematoma. And they were like, well, you're bleeding, but we don't know where it's coming from. And if we go back in, we could cause more bleeds. But if we don't do anything, you could bleed out and die. Like, really? Really? That's what you say? So, and I've never ever been through anything like that. Even, with the births of my kids, having, one, I was on bed rest and didn't know if she was going to live or die or make it, being born premature. Then one, I gave birth to naturally, no drugs, straight like my ancestors did it, so why can't I? But that only came from the knowledge that I gained from the information that was shared with me about the childbirth process. So that saying, with knowledge comes power, I had knowledge to be able to perform that task. I knew what I was up against, so therefore I knew that I could do it. But given that hematoma, I'm like, I almost let that take me out of here. And I had to realize that I'm the child of the great I am. And as such, I am great. And I got too much life in me left. I got 2 kids here who still need me. And like Denzel said in Training Day, King Kong ain't got nothing on me. Well, guess what? I had to tell that hematoma, you ain't got nothing on me. At some point, we have to say enough is enough. And we have to rise up. And we have to stand on what God has told us. That we have the power of the Holy Spirit that lives within us, and we can do all things. And I truly mean all things. Yes, we were believing in a miracle, for our child to be here, living here with us, walking, laughing, playing in her right mind better than she was before she even got diagnosed. That didn't happen. But guess what did happen? Back on January 15, 2015, January 20, 2015, she almost died that night. And we had a choice to make. We could have said, well, this is what they said was going to happen. Let's hold her. Let's nurture her. Let's usher her out. Let her know it's okay. We're here. Or we can say, no, this ain't what God said. God said you will live and live life abundantly. This ain't your time. It ain't your time. And we chose the latter. And for 4 hours, we paced back and forth, taking turns. I'm on the phone with the doctor. Dale's holding Jayla, walking back and forth, speaking life into her. God's words that she will live and not die. You are the child of the great I am. We got every praise going on in the background. Switching off. He on the phone with the doctor. I'm speaking life into her. And guess what? Just like that, her O2 oxygen level went from, I believe it was like a 42 up to a 95. Just like that. Nothing medically changed. Nothing medically we did. But just believe, declare, and claim victory over her life. So I'm just saying, we can get beat up in life. Life can show us, especially as adults and the older we get, life can show us that what we're doing doesn't matter. No matter what you do, you still gonna lose. We can either choose to believe that, or we can choose to have the faith of a child. You know how they say the faith of a mustard seed? Well, I never really quite understood that until I had children. And when you tell them something, it's like it's fact. Mama said, so that's what it is, and that's what I'm gonna do. You tell them they can fly, they'll jump off the house and say, ooh, mama said I can fly, and and they believe it. So that's the type of faith we need to have in knowing that we have the power within us to defeat any and everything. So when that depression comes, when that despair comes, when that negative energy comes, when that negative word from the doctor comes, when that negative word from your spouse comes, when whatever negative word you get, when the negative word from your job comes, when because of COVID, the negative word comes that your business is shut down, that your business will have to be in bankruptcy, that whatever the negative word is, when it comes, you have to declare, not on my watch, not today. And trust and believe that no matter what it is, you will get through it and you will come out on top. Just keep hope alive, keep pressing on, keep listening and watching for God around you. In people, in animals, in feelings. Listen for your ancestors, those who have gone before you. They come, they speak to you, they show you, they tell you through your dreams. Just be open and trust that a new day is coming. And for me, my new day is today. And I'm so grateful that I am alive, that I'm able to be here, to see it, to share my experiences with you in the hopes that you can avoid some things. You can either do it better than what I did. You can learn from it. You can share it with somebody else who needs it. I don't know. I'm just trying to be obedient to what God has placed in my heart for me to do. I do believe that we are our brothers and sisters keepers. I do believe that we help to make this world go round, and that it is up to us to be the change that we want to see. And so in Gemini fashion, I have a friend who shares on her post, that she was leading up to Gemini, the Gemini's coming in, and she would have different songs. And of course, back in the 90s, 94, 93, that's what it is, and the music that we grew up on, it was funny. So in Gemini fashion, in celebration of the Geminis, y'all remember this song, Captain Cup, free with it, woo! Go out, celebrate, enjoy life, because we do not know what tomorrow is bringing, but we know that tomorrow is coming. And so we must live each day like it's our last, loving on those that matter most, cherishing every moment that we have. I love you. I pray God's many blessings over you and your family. And until we meet again, please keep the dialogue going, keep hope alive, and know that you have a lot of life in you left. So keep living. See y'all later.